Why inner peace matters more than wealth, a Stoic perspective. When we look at the world around us, we cannot help but notice commerce going on with money changing hands all around us. What if I told you that there is an ancient philosophy that treats both material wealth and poverty alike, just giving the more important things in life such as freedom more emphasis? History is filled with extremely wealthy Stoic philosophers and in the same measure slaves, beggars, and poor Stoic philosophers. This video alone will teach you freedom from a Stoic perspective that you've never known. What is the point of amassing wealth if it only serves to fuel the chaos within? We live in a world where success is often measured by the size of our bank accounts, yet even the wealthiest among us aren't spared from anxiety, stress, and dissatisfaction. Today, we'll delve into a truth that Stoic philosophers understood centuries ago. Inner peace is far more valuable than wealth, and in the next 25 minutes, we'll explore how achieving this peace can truly set you free. The illusion of success. Imagine this: you've finally made it. The big house, the fancy car, the investment portfolio that others only dream of. But despite all these outward signs of success, you can't seem to shake off that gnawing feeling, anxiety, fear, and a restless mind. Does this sound familiar? You're not alone. This is the trap of the external pursuit of wealth. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher and emperor, warned us about this illusion. He said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Marcus Aurelius reminds us that true strength, true freedom, lies in mastering our minds, not in controlling external circumstances like wealth. Inner peace, not wealth, is the true measure of success. When you prioritize wealth over your mental state, you are essentially surrendering your freedom to the whims of fortune. The burden of wealth. Consider this. Wealth often brings with it a new set of responsibilities, anxieties, and stresses. The more you have, the more you fear losing it. This is the paradox of wealth. It promises freedom, yet it often results in self-imposed chains. Seneca, one of the most prominent Stoic philosophers, articulated this burden perfectly. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor. Seneca. Seneca's wisdom shows us that the craving for more wealth can lead to poverty of the soul. True freedom is not in having more, but in desiring less. When your mind is constantly preoccupied with the maintenance and growth of your wealth, you become a prisoner of your own desires. Inner peace, on the other hand, requires much less. It's about finding contentment with what you have, and this contentment is something wealth can never buy. The Stoics teach us that when we free our minds from the burden of material desires, we unlock the door to true freedom. Inner peace as the foundation of freedom. What does it mean to be truly free? For the Stoics, freedom isn't about financial independence or the absence of external constraints. It's about the absence of internal constraints, things like fear, anxiety, and uncontrolled desires. Epictetus, another great Stoic philosopher, offers us profound insight into this when he said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." Epictetus emphasizes that real freedom comes when we stop letting external things like wealth control us. Instead, we focus on what we can control: our thoughts, our emotions, our reactions. This shift in perspective is what brings inner peace, and with it, true freedom. Imagine living a life where your happiness isn't tied to your financial status, but rather to your ability to remain calm and centered in any situation. That's the kind of freedom the Stoics aspired to, and it's within your reach. Practical steps to cultivate inner peace. You might be wondering, how can I cultivate this inner peace? The Stoics provide us with timeless practices that we can incorporate into our daily lives to achieve a state of tranquility. Let's go through a few of them. First, daily reflection. At the end of each day, take a moment to reflect on what happened. Ask yourself, did I allow external events to disturb my peace? How did I react to challenges? Marcus Aurelius himself practiced this nightly. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Marcus Aurelius. Your thoughts shape your reality. By reflecting daily, you can start to shift your thoughts away from material concerns and toward inner peace. Another practice is mindfulness, being fully present in the moment. When you find yourself overwhelmed by financial worries or the pressures of success, pause, focus on your breath, your surroundings, the sensations in your body. This simple act can ground you, bringing you back to a state of peace. And finally, meditation. The Stoics believed in the power of meditation to calm the mind and build resilience. Epictetus reminds us, man is disturbed not by things, but by the views he takes aspects of them. Epictetus. Through meditation, you can train your mind to view external events, like financial ups and downs, with equanimity. This practice helps you maintain inner peace regardless of your financial situation. Stoic examples from history. History provides us with powerful examples of Stoics who lived out these principles, demonstrating that inner peace is far more valuable than wealth. Let's look at a few. Take Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king. Despite being one of the most powerful and wealthy men in history, he placed little value on his wealth. Instead, he focused on his inner state, his virtue, and his duties as a leader. His meditations, written during times of war and turmoil, reveal a mind at peace, unfazed by the chaos around him. Then there's Seneca, who, despite his immense wealth, understood the limitations of financial success. He often advised others to practice poverty, not out of necessity, but to remind themselves that true happiness doesn't come from riches. He famously said, "Set aside a certain number of days, during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare, with coarse and rough dress, saying to yourself the while, 'Is this the condition that I feared?'" Seneca. Seneca's exercise in voluntary discomfort was a way to cultivate inner peace, to remind himself that even in the absence of wealth, he could remain free and content. So, what can we learn from the Stoics? Financial success may bring temporary satisfaction, but it can never buy you the freedom that comes from inner peace. The Stoics teach us that true freedom isn't found in wealth, but in mastering your mind, controlling your desires, and cultivating a state of tranquility that external circumstances can't disturb. He who is content with his lot, whatever it may be, is a free man. Seneca. Remember, wealth can be lost in an instant, but inner peace is something you can carry with you no matter what life throws your way. And that, according to the Stoics, is the ultimate freedom. If you found value in this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and share with those who might benefit from a Stoic perspective on true freedom. Let's continue this journey toward inner peace together.